Welcome students. Today we will study life processes transport part second. In this we will study about functions of blood, differences between RBC and WBC and heart, the structure and function of heart. So first let us see functions of blood. So the first function is transport of oxygen. So we know that RBC, they contain hemoglobin that combine with oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin compound, and this compound transports oxygen to the tissues. On reaching the tissues, this compound breaks and releases the oxygen, and hemoglobin is again regenerated. Second function is transport of carbon dioxide. So blood transports carbon dioxide. Mainly the carbon dioxide is transported by plasma in dissolved form. So carbon dioxide dissolves in plasma and forms carbonic acid. Less amount of carbon dioxide is also transported by hemoglobin to the lungs. Third is transport of nutrients. So the nutrients which have been digested and absorbed, they are finally reaching the blood. Mainly glucose, amino acids, vitamins, they are transported. First they reach the liver and finally they go to the other tissues. Now transport of excretory products. So the main excretory products are nitrogenous. They contain nitrogen. Example is ammonia, urea, uric acid. So they are first transported to kidneys so that they can filter them and remove outside. The fifth function is regulation of body temperature. So blood carries the heat produced in one part of body to another part and distributes the heat uniformly. Sixth function is maintenance of pH. So there are different proteins in plasma and they act as a buffer system. So these proteins, what is a buffer system? It is a system in which if acid is added or alkaline is added, the pH does not change. So these proteins help in maintaining the pH of blood. Next is transport of hormones. So hormones are carried in dissolved state in plasma from one part of body to target cells where they have to work and bring about coordination in activities. Next is water balance. So it also distributes water uniformly over the body. Protection from disease. So the WBC, mainly eosinophil, neutrophil and monocytes, they engulf bacteria by phagocytosis. And lymphocytes, in the last class we studied that they produce antibodies. So which are the main lymphocytes which produce antibodies? They are B cells. Clotting of blood. So we know that the platelets help in clotting at the site of injury and prevent loss. Now let us see the differences between RBC and WBC. So first their number. RBC are 5 to 5.5 million per millimeter cube of blood, while WBC are 6,000 to 8,000 per millimeter cube of blood. So they are less in number. RBC have a life of 120 days. After that they break down and form new RBCs. WBC have a lifespan of 1 to 2 days. RBC are red colored due to hemoglobin. WBC are colorless because they don't have any pigment. RBC help in transport of gases, mainly oxygen. WBC help in immune response or fighting disease. RBC do not have a nucleus in mammals, while in WBC nucleus is present. RBC are smaller in size in comparison to WBCs. So these are the main differences. Now let us see the structure of a heart. So in the heart there are mainly 4 chambers. The upper chamber is called atrium. So this is the right atrium and this is the left atrium. While the lower chambers are called ventricle. So in the right lower side there is right ventricle, and in the left lower side it is the left ventricle. So we can see that mainly there is right side and left side. The right atrium and left atrium, they have a partition in between. It is called the septum. So between the right and left part also septum is there, and between the right and left ventricle also there is a septum or partition. It is called the interventricular septum, and this will be called the interatrial or auricular septum. The atrium are also called auricles. So there are 4 chambers in the heart. Now heart also has different valves. So what are valves? They are flaps. They are parts which prevent backflow of blood, so that the blood which is moving forward, it will not return back. So the first type of valves are the atrioventricular valves. We can see that they are found between the atrium and ventricle. So this is the right atrioventricular valve. It is also called tricuspid valve because it has 3 flaps. Two can be seen here and one is backward, which is not shown. And the left side has another atrioventricular valve. It is called the bicuspid valve. It has 2 flaps. So valves will prevent the backflow. Suppose if blood is going forward, it will not return because these valves will close. The second type of valve is this. It is called semilunar valve. It is in the form of a half moon shape. We can see this is like a half moon shape. One part is this and one is this. So it is found in the pulmonary artery and in the aorta. So semilunar valves are found in the arteries, and they also prevent the backflow of blood. So we can see here that right side of heart is blue colored because it contains deoxygenated blood, and the left side of heart is bright colored because it has oxygenated blood or the blood which is rich in oxygen. Now the blood enters the right side through vena cava. It is a large vein which brings blood. So vena cava from upper body, it is called superior vena cava, and it brings blood from the parts above than heart, for example head and face. And the lower vena cava, it brings blood from parts lower than the heart, for example legs. Now this deoxygenated blood in which no oxygen is there, it enters the vena cava. Finally it goes to the right atrium, then it is pushed to the right ventricle. As it enters the right ventricle, this valve will close to prevent backflow, and the ventricles will contract, and this blood will be pushed forward into the pulmonary artery, and finally the blood will go to the lungs. In the lungs the blood will be oxygenated, means oxygen will be added, and finally it will enter through the left side through pulmonary veins into the left atrium, then left ventricle, and finally through the aorta it will be distributed to the whole body. So we can see that here there are 2 main circulations. The first circulation in which pulmonary arteries take the deoxygenated blood to the lungs and return from pulmonary veins. It is called pulmonary circulation. And the second circulation in which aorta takes the blood to the body and returns from the vena cava. It is called the systemic circulation. So the same blood passes through the heart twice. That's why it is called double circulation in man. Here we can also see that the lower part of heart, the ventricle, it is thick walled. Why? Because these walls have to contract and relax against, and they have to push the blood against gravity upwards. So they must be more muscular, while when the blood it moves down there is no need because the blood moves due to gravity. So these walls are thin, but in the ventricle the walls are thick because blood is pushed against gravity. Okay, so there are 4 main chambers and 2 types of valves. Now let us see the next part. So it is a brief summary. It is a pumping organ that receives blood from veins and pumps to arteries. It is found in thoracic cavity. So heart is found in chest, above diaphragm and between the 2 lungs. It is enclosed by double-walled membrane. So this is important point. Heart is protected by a membrane which is called pericardium. There are 4 chambers in heart, 2 auricles, right and left, and 2 ventricles, right and left ventricle. Now auricle or atria, they are superior or upper chamber of heart. The partition between right and left side is called interauricular septum. There is also a node. A node means a bunch. It is made up of neurons and it is found in the upper wall of right atrium. This node is also called sino-auricular node or pacemaker. So let us see the location. Here we can see sino-auricular node. It is found in the upper side of right atrium. It is called pacemaker because it helps in contraction of the right atrium. So as the blood enters through vena cava, the right atrium contracts. This contraction is first provided by this node. The message is provided by the node. So because it initiates or starts the heartbeat, it is called pacemaker or SAN, sino-auricular node. It can also be called sino-atrial node. Then there is another node, AV node or auriculoventricular node, which is found in the lower side, and it also has branches in the ventricles which help in contraction of chambers. But the most important is SA node because it is starting the heartbeat. The ventricles are the lower or interior chambers. They are separated by interventricular septum. So the right and left ventricles are separated by a partition. Now valves, so we saw that they are of 2 types, atrioventricular and semilunar. Atrioventricular valves, they separate atria from ventricles. The right side had tricuspid valve and the left side had bicuspid or mitral valve. This we just saw in the figure. Semilunar valve, it is located in arteries leaving the heart. So let us remember which arteries left the heart. Yes, the first was aorta and the second was pulmonary artery. Now we saw that the same blood passed through the heart of man twice. This is called double circulation. So there are 2 circulations, pulmonary, which is maintained by right side of heart. So it starts with right ventricle, which expels or sends the blood to the pulmonary artery, and the blood reaches the lungs, becomes oxygenated and returns to the heart through left atrium by pulmonary vein. So what is pulmonary circulation? Pulmonary artery takes the blood to lungs, they become oxygenated and return through pulmonary veins. In this figure we can see the 2 types of circulation. So the upper part, this is the pulmonary circulation. So we can see that pulmonary artery takes the deoxygenated blood, this blue color blood, to the lungs. It becomes oxygenated and enters through pulmonary vein. So this is pulmonary circulation. And the aorta, it takes oxygenated blood to the body, which goes to the body parts other than lungs. It does not reach the lungs. Then it becomes deoxygenated and enters the heart through vena cava. So this is called systemic circulation. The blue colored blood shown here, it is deoxygenated, and the red colored blood shown here is oxygenated blood. So blue color blood does not have oxygen and red colored blood has oxygen. Now systemic circulation, it was maintained by left ventricle, which sends the blood to aorta. Aorta supply oxygenated blood to body, and deoxygenated blood is collected by vena cava into the heart. So it is maintained by the aorta, which transports to the body, and finally the vena cava, which collects to the heart. So double circulation is found only in the heart of man. Okay children, thanks.